So I'm Antti, I'm the founder of Faber alongside a whole amazing team of people. The ethos of Faber is purely real sustainability, working with the producers and the communities to bring some epic food to plates. Right then, Andy, obviously we're here to see your oysters. Talk to us about where they're grown and why it's special.
Right, okay. So this is the Clothai estuary.
Yeah.
If we kept on going that way for an hour on the boat, then you'd come to the Atlantic Ocean. We grow them just around the corner from where the Atlantic is. Oysters will taste different everywhere you go because they're filter feeders, right?
Yep.
So they take in all the food from the water, but they're also influenced by the geology, so all the minerals coming out of the land. It's getting the flavour of that ancient oak woodland over there. Because we have giant tides here every day.
Yeah, straight in from the Atlantic.
Straight in from the Atlantic, into the bay, flushes the bay out, and they're sitting there, just filter feeding. Over their lifetime, over 2.5 years, they're taking on all that flavour. So we call that a miroir.
French love a name.
They do love a name.
They like to think they own these things.
Yeah, well,
but we've got better oysters.
We certainly do. So those will taste exactly of Pembrokeshire.
You do natives and rocks.
Yeah.
So could you just run a bit through
Sure.
that from layman's terms?
Okay. The native oyster, they're the oyster that we'd have been eating in Britain or in Europe for thousands of years, right? Romans were giddy for them. But the poor old native, they were really hammered in the Industrial Revolution in Victorian times. They, a bit overfishing, a lot of water pollution. We're trying to bring those back, but they're very, very difficult to grow. Over the last probably 40 years, we've been growing these oysters, and these are Pacific oysters or rock oysters, we call them. And these are the main oyster grown in Europe, and they grow very quickly. They're very hardy, and they taste great. We work really hard trying to bring back the native oyster. So we sell a few, but we sell a lot more, supply a lot more to a restoration project. I think we've put in 40,000 oysters there over the last 2 years. Yeah.
Brilliant. And I guess someone said, well, why? Why should we grow these oysters again? Why are they important to this ecosystem?
Oysters are just fabulous, right? Because they filter feed, they take so much food out of the water. So in an estuary like this, we have a lot of nitrogen inputs from the farming, and that can create big seaweed blooms and things like this. The oyster will take all that in, and then when we harvest them, that removes all that nitrogen out of the system, but it also takes a lot of carbon out. They're real little ecosystem service providers. They're, when we harvest oysters, we're leaving the sea in a better place.
Yeah. We did an exercise on how many oysters we were consuming in the restaurant, and because we're predominantly fish, we do a little bit of beef, 120 kilos a year of beef, and we found out that these are kind of between 4 and 6 grams of carbon capture per an oyster.
Yeah.
Our oyster carbon capture outstrips our beef tonnage
on
carbon. Yeah. If everyone has a couple of dozen oysters each, they can have a 6-ounce ribeye steak, and they can feel guilt-free about that. I just think that's amazing.
That's incredible.
If you're going to do beef, do oysters, so you're helping. You're putting something back in.
That's a great story. That's a great little process, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's fabulous, actually. So that's just blown me away, actually.
Sorry,
it's really surprised me.
So, what's the flavour profile of the uniqueness of an Atlantic edge?
Atlantic edge. When you first get that in your mouth, you're just going to get hit with just a hit of saline, right? Because it's Atlantic water, so it's oceanic water. But then you're going to pick up that sweetness. Yeah. As you chew, because you have to chew an oyster. Have you told people that?
Yeah, always. Couple of chews first.
Couple of chews. You've got to chew it, because then that flavour develops, doesn't it? So you get that brininess first, that saline from the oceanic water. Then you're going to get some sweetness. You're going to get that flavour of the sea, right? That ozone. You're going to get a real big hit of that, and that's not just going to be flavour. That's going to be in your whole nose and your whole everything. And then as you chew it, you'll swallow it, and then you'll get that aftertaste, and you'll get that sort of mineral on the back of your tongue, flintiness, and you'll be picking up all that bluestone from the Preseli's.
That's where that comes.
And that'll be there for a while, It's magic, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is, isn't it? So I've sat there at tastings, like a wine tasting, as you say.
Yeah.
5-6 different oysters, totally different.
Exactly.
Incredible. Amazing. You've made me hungry.
Should we go and try some?
We should go and try some, shouldn't we? So we want to show you how to shuck an oyster safely, and a little bit about the flavour as we do it, and how you then eat the oyster. So you're the pro, mate. You do thousands, you grow them, you do thousands. I'm in your hands.
Okay. If you're doing this at home, you can always put a glove on, or just hold it in a cloth. So this is a rock oyster. You can tell it's a rock oyster. It's got a nice teardrop shape. It's got a nice deep cup. Now, God's been good to us for shucking oysters. You can see a little notch at the top. So what you do, you take your knife and you put your knife in, and you don't wiggle it or anything like that. You just push it in hard, and you get like a lollipop. And then you turn that like opening a key in a car.
Just get that pop.
You just get a little pop and lever them up a little bit. Now what you want to do is run your knife down the top of that shell and cut the muscle.
Beautifully done.
Thank you, chef. Oh, look at, now that is
that's a beautiful oyster, yeah.
That is perfect. Look at the size of that muscle. It's that muscle is lovely. So you know you're going to get a lot of crunch when you chew it. It's a lovely colour. It looks fresh. It's just a perfect oyster, in my opinion.
I always like the way just the edge, you say, just frames beautifully, and like the iris of an eye around the edge, just going to go in.
Yeah, and you can see it's alive because he's just starting to curl the gill. And then you run that knife just underneath the muscle. You haven't got to cut or saw, you just scrape.
Nicely done.
There we are, sir.
Beautiful.
Do you want to try that?
Yeah. So again, for me, a little test that we little do is, until you did that oyster was alive. It comes to us, it's a living organism when it arrives to us. But what we do is just tickle around the edge, and if you see it just contract a little bit, just see it just move a little bit, that tells us it's alive. We go, okay, that's a safe oyster.
Oh, I never knew that.
We know you've looked after it in the water, we know it's clean water, we know we've kept it well, so therefore we now know that that's a safe oyster. Couple of chews, just get the flavour into mouth. Do you know what, that's not too cold either, so the real flavour comes through. Sometimes they're too cold.
I can smell that from here.
Yeah, beautiful. And it's
beautiful.
Well, it shouldn't taste like the sea, it should smell. It's a subtle scent that tastes like the sea.
Yeah.
And I'd say every time you have your first oyster, have it naked with nothing on. Do the dressing later, but your first oyster every time should be that reminder of when you're a kid, just paddling at knee height in the water. That's kind of how I see it, yeah.
That's exactly what it's like. If you go swimming in the sea, if you go surfing, that is that whole, it's like just a whole head.
Smell when you're in it,
yeah.
And it's there right now, I can still taste it. That's unbelievable.
Fabulous.
Thank you for doing that. It's so versatile. You can fry, bake, pickle, smoke, plethora of dressings. Yesterday, we were with the chili farm.
Yeah.
Sauces galore. We heard that you guys are real fans of the Pembrokeshire chili tropical teaser.
That's the one.
That's the one that you guys use.
That's the one.
So then I've come to a decision that I've got my one. I've got the fire cider. A little bit hot up the scale, but a bit of apples. So we love, we do a bit of an apple puree sometimes through the oyster as a dressing. So I thought, why not? Let's do a little taste off and see which one comes in here. So let's do our two.
Let's do it.
So first up on our little taste off challenge, we're going with the Atlantic Edge theme mango option. So this is tropical teaser. So let's try this one. I haven't had this one yet, so this is a first to me. And why does it work with the oyster?
It's just right. It's just got that zinginess, a little bit of heat. It's not doesn't overpower.
Okay, well, let's see then.
Let's go.
Who's going to win? There is heat there though, but it is, there's a zing.
It's a zing.
It's a zing, yeah. That'd be great baking it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Bake that with that in, yeah. Okay. Next up then.
Ooh. I'm trusting you on this one.
I wouldn't. So this one's got, I didn't realise this has got more heat than that one, and that one's got a bit of heat still, so we could be back where we were yesterday. So what we have here is the fire cider sauce. The word being fire is scaring me a bit. But the apple, we do a apple puree. The sharpness of the apple really works with it. Cuts through like the salinity. So I'm hoping this works. Again, haven't tried it with this sauce, but the idea of apple with an oyster is a great little filler. Okay, here we go. Not fiery. It's good. See what I mean about it's that little cut through there.
That is really, really good.
And the saltiness afterwards.
That
then takes it
really
away again.
works, doesn't it?